So what holds a nation together, right? Is it geography? Is it culture? Is it a shared struggle? Or is it something more? Is it something that's almost, providential? That's the question that John Jay takes up in Federalist Paper No. 2, which was the follow-up to Hamilton's fiery introduction in Federalist Paper No. 1. And John Jay's answer is pretty clear. America is one people, and it's meant to be united. It's not meant to be divided. I'm Matt Hasquin. I'm a high school history teacher, and I'm taking you through the Federalist Papers. This was recommended by one of my very close followers, Bill Crowley, and I just want to introduce you to them as I know them. So what we have here with Federalist Paper No. 2, we'll start out with John Jay. John Jay was a diplomat. He was a statesman, and then later he became the first Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. But unlike Hamilton's intensity or Madison's logic, John Jay brings almost a calm, almost like a pastoral voice to the Federalist Papers. In Federalist No. 2, which was published in October of 1787, Jay argues that the Constitution is not just a political choice, it's the natural and even divine destiny of the American people. So John Jay says, look around. We share the same land, which is a broad, fertile continent with natural borders. We share the same ancestors, men and women who fought together in the Revolution. We share the same language, we share the same religion and political principles. Why would we split apart into rival confederacies when nature and history both push us toward unity? And Jay goes even further. He claims that Providence itself seems to have designed America to be one united nation. Now, remember, in 1787, this was not obvious. The revolution was barely over. States had their own identities and currencies and militias. Regional mistrust was real. Some anti-federalists wanted 3 or 4 separate confederacies instead of one strong union. So Jay's essay is pushing back against that fear. He's saying that division is unnatural. Union is not only safer, it's inevitable if we listen to reason. And he even says, even perhaps to God, if we listen to God. Now, John Jay does warn that if America fractures, foreign powers will exploit the weakness. Rival confederacies would fight against each other. They would cut separate deals with Britain and France or Spain, and then risk losing the independence they had just won. Jay appeals to patriotism. Don't throw away the revolution by squabbling now. Now, compared to Hamilton, John Jay's tone is less confrontational and it's more reassuring. He appeals to shared identity, shared faith, shared history. And he writes almost like a preacher, reminding his congregation of their blessings. Now, it's not about raw policy details to John Jay. Instead, it's all about spirit. The reason why Federalist Paper No. 2 matters and why I feel like we should share what's in it is because it's one of the earliest attempts to define American identity. It asks, what makes us one people, and how do we keep that unity alive? John Jay believed unity came from common heritage and also divine favor. Today, we debate. We debate whether unity comes from ideals, laws, or simply the act of choosing to remain one nation. But the core question here is, what holds us together? And is that core question is still just as urgent today. I mean, it seems like we seem to be pulled apart, but we need to remember we do need that unity. So Federalist Paper No. 2 is John Jay's reminder that America's strength lies within its unity. The land, the history, the struggle, even Providence itself all point toward one union. So the challenge then, as it is now, is whether we choose to honor that unity or let division just tear it apart. And that's Federalist No. 2 in Things You Should Know Just by Being Alive. I hope you enjoyed this one. Hopefully you picked up something new and increased your depth of knowledge. I appreciate your watching, and take care.